Back in the summer transfer window of 2015, Premier League outfit Southampton sealed a deal to bring midfielder Jordy Clasie to St Mary's. The 27-year-old was lured to the South Coast outfit to reunite with Ronald Koeman, having spent time together previously at Feyenoord, what with the Saints boss seeking to take his Southampton side even further in the English top flight, having finished 7th the season before. And compatriot Clasie was one man the now Netherlands manager felt could seriously improve his Saints team going forward, with the midfielder's arrival certainly stimulating a hugely positive response from these Southampton supporters on Twitter, at @SouthamptonFC@Clasie. Official at Feyenoord, brilliant signing. What class signing. A quality centre-half to replace Judas Alderweireld, and we're laughing. John Shapland, at John Shapland, July 15, 2015 at @SouthamptonFC@Clasie. Official at Feyenoord, fantastic signing. Lenny, at Lenny B, July 15, 2015 at @SouthamptonFC@Clasie. Official at Feyenoord, Clasie signing. Jordy, only person who could replace Schneiderlin. Charlie Young, at Charlie Youngs, July 15, 2015 at @SouthamptonFC@Clasie. Official at Feyenoord, finally great signing. Official at Feyenoord, finally, Kieran Charlton, at Kieran Charlie 11, July 15, 2015 at @SouthamptonFC@Aaron Marshall 7, massive signing. Daniel Jack Dixon, at DJ Dixon 90, July 15, 2015 at @SouthamptonFC@Clasie. Official at Feyenoord, that is fantastic news. Steve M, at Steve76M, July 15, 2015 And while there have been glimpses of promise from the 27-year-old during his time at St Mary's, the fact that he is currently out on loan at Feyenoord suggests that he is some way down the pecking order, and as such represents something of a blunder from ex-boss Koeman. Ultimately, the Saints were very much looking up in the summer of 2015 after brilliantly securing a 7th-place finish in the Premier League the season before, yet the departure of Morgan Schneiderlin to Manchester United that summer left Koeman with a huge void to fill in the middle of the park. And Clasie, alongside Oriol Romeu, were the midfield additions succeeding Schneiderlin's departure that Koeman would hope would go some way to plugging that gap, and while the latter has done so and continues to do so, it simply hasn't worked out for the former. The Dutchman, capped 17 times by his country at senior level, appeared 22 times in the top flight for the Saints that term as they improved to finish 6th in the table, and while there were glimpses of promise that season, it wasn't enough to convince new Saints boss Claude Puel of his capabilities. And that's because Clasie fell down the pecking order upon arrival of the Frenchman in the summer of 2016, mustering just 16 Premier League appearances in the 2016-17 season as Southampton again finished in the top half, with his most notable contribution that term when he netted in their 2-0 success over Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. They would eventually reach the final, but that season saw the Dutchman fall some way down the Saints' pecking order to eventually see him loaned out to Club Brugge at the start of the 2017-18 campaign by Mauricio Pellegrino, while Mark Hughes clearly wasn't entirely convinced either, given he shipped him out to ex-employers Feyenoord at the start of this season. Yes, it remains to be seen if he does indeed feature in Ralph Hasenhüttl's plans, but with the Austrian possessing a plethora of central midfield options at St Mary's, it's difficult to see how Clasie has much of a future at St Mary's. As such, he was signed amid much anticipation back in the summer of 2015 at a time whereby Southampton were recruiting well and invariably replacing their star assets with top talent, but things simply haven't worked out at all for Clasie to suggest that Koeman made something of a blunder 3.5 years ago. Southampton fans, what do you think? Let us know. Jordy Clasie, Ralph Hasenhüttl, Ronald Koeman, Saints, St Mary's.